Hi everyone, this is how war is a global issue that is affecting local economies. Today we'll be looking through war as a economic lens. War is truly a global issue, is a global event with local consequences. Research confirms war impacts multiple people/continents simultaneously. War disrupts global supply chains and markets. An example of this would be conflicts in the Middle East that affect oil prices globally. Wars increase government spending on military. Governments allocate higher budgets for defense. This means money and resources reallocate to pay for the war. It diverts resources from community sectors and usually leads to less funding for education and healthcare. This is on a community level. Basically, wars can damage roads, factories, and buildings. Rebuilding takes a lot of resources, which they may not have in time, and this disrupts production and supply chains. As a result, communities often suffer long term setbacks, taking time and resources to rebuild. Fact number one: supply chain disruptions. Wars block transportation routes. Raw material shortage occurs. Prices for goods increase due to scare. Here's an example of Ukraine and Russia war. At this, you can see the effects of Ukraine/Russia conflict. Due to the war, Ukraine was a leading grain exporter and has seen a dramatic drop in its exports. This, of course, affects the local community in Ukraine and global civilians as well. Here's the effect number two: tariffs and inflation. Prices increase. War related shortages drive inflation up. Essential and goods become more expensive, and citizens face decreased purchasing power. Here's my evidence to support that. Impact on food prices. As you could tell from our last slide or previous slide, that we showed that Ukraine and Russia conflict drove the price of grain up. It's basically this: war reduces agriculture production and exports, even halts human aid. As you can tell, that's what's happening in Gaza right now. Food shortages causes price to rise rapidly. That's it. Like I said, Ukraine. Fact number three: refugee movements and local economies. Wars create refugee flows to bordering countries. Like saying there's a war in one country, they're gonna try to leave and go to the next, which increases demand for housing and services and could strain job markets. Example: Syrian war economic offense. This is basically showing how the inflation soared during this time and prices tripled. Massive displacement affected labor markets. This is my evidence for this. Example is Asia war regional and global impact. Conflicts in Asia affect global manufacturing hubs, disrupts supply chains, and impact worldwide markets. Um, it also causes a humanitarian crisis and affects refugee movement across the borders. My counter argument is after time of war, stock markets have seen surges like the Industrial Revolution, so war actually could help the economy and bring it back. Um, Recovery efforts after the war usually lead to increase of job markets, so it helps job markets, and some sectors may profit from the war, from the contracts they have. This is some evidence to help my counter argument. Summary conclusion: war and global impact local economies deeply. It also the supply chains get disrupted and prices for essentials rise globally due to the war. Here's my solution: how to fix this. Recovery requires stability and better policies. So maybe you can fix the policies and have prepare better for this. Thank you for your time. And here's my sources that I use. Thank you again.